Welcome back to PYJynJoy, Messages from the Divine. This is Charmaine, your holistic life coach, coming to you with a message for the collective. But before we get started, let's cleanse the energy of the space in preparing ourselves for the message. And then, what message will the divine have for you, collective? Let me just adjust my crystals so they don't fall. My little plant that I've had now for 2 years in November, I believe. Okay, so Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? Divine, what message do you have for the collective today? So let's see. Mental conflict, foundation, and achievements. So mental conflict is about is balance, is also self-reflection, duality, and mental conflict. There's something going on in your mind. You see I guess two persons in one. So it's like your internal voice, your external appearance. So there's something that's conflicting with you. And then with four, foundation and achievements, four is all about your foundation, obviously, and your support, like your family. As you see, there's a family with a couple and a child, a little boy there in front of their home, a rainbow above it. So it's where you have your base, your money, your patience, your planning. So let's see what this will mean for you, collective. So in the immediate past, we have third eye chakra, number 6. And the third eye is above your eyebrows, in the middle of your forehead. Well, not at the middle, but right above the eyebrows, but where your forehead is. And that lets you have your inner sight, your vision, where you see what's not normal. Oh, not what's not normal, but what's not already seen in the mundane. It's more esoteric. And 6 is about expansion. It's also about self-loyalty. Um, I'm sorry, self-sacrifice and loyalty. I'm mixing them together, and birth. So let's see how it plays out, because that's your immediate past. Your present is another 6. Okay. Material and spiritual prosperity. So this time there's this person, you collective, standing on your balcony in front of a beautiful manicured lawns, trees. Again, 2. Remember we had 2 in the beginning, 2 fountains. So it's with your material and your spiritual prosperity. And that's always good, because one is not the same as the other. And to have both being prosperous, you're in a pretty good space. And then we have, well, even more, 19, light, the sun. And you see, you're reaching for the glory and look at the little stars and just the jubilation. She's very ecstatic. And 1 plus 9 is 10. 1 is new beginning. So you have this growth here with the 6s. And then you have, in your immediate future, you have the light and the sun. So it's shine again. And think about that. The sun is what the universe revolves around, where you get your power from, your energy. It's there. And whenever you're feeling bad, I would be in the house, and then suddenly I feel like, you know what, I don't feel really all that happy and fun. So I would go sit on the terrace, and the sun would just really change things. So the sun is your energy portal. And in your distant past, you have 4, rest and rejuvenate. And we had 4 before with the family. So you need some time in the past to be alone, to meditate. Look how he's sitting in the forest, head bowed, palms rather, up in the form of receiving. So connecting to the divine and receiving. Remember, the third eye chakra is the immediate past. So in the distant past, you were connecting with source. So you had a reason to want to rest and rejuvenate. And like I just said about the sun, I mean, you can't make this up. I said the sun will re-energize you, right? Oh, I'm feeling not so great, sit on the terrace and I feel better. Rest and rejuvenate. And then distant future, rather, we have 3, recognition and reward. So you see how that looks so great together? So with the 3 is also harmony, just like 6 is harmony, 3 is expansion. It also can be seen as birth, although I look at 6 more as birth because that looks like a pregnant belly. But I guess with expansion, it's also considered birth. So you have that in your distant future. And at the bottom, we have the mental conflict, but we also have transformation. So you see she's holding one type of face that is come off and the little butterfly wings behind her, and she's emerging transformation. 1 plus 3 again is 4. So now we have 3 4s that we have in the reading so far. And then another one I'll pull from the bottom is shadow. Just like the sun, here's the moon. So I'm going to move that over. And the sun and the moon. 18, 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 is completions. So you go from 1 with the sun, 19, 1 plus 9 is 10 for 1, new beginnings, to 1 plus 8 is 9, which is endings. And shadow being the moon, it's reminding you to also look, just as the sun gives you energy, the moon is your emotions, the depth of your emotions. So a lot of times you'll hear people say, oh, you need to do your shadow work. And basically what shadow work is to look at, because it can be painful. So if you need guidance, you want to work with someone on it, but I'll be happy to help you. But you have shadow working where you're looking at the depths. It could be something like childhood trauma, things that happen that are so painful that your mind has pretty much blocked it. So you need to have the balance of light and dark, because you are both, and you can't focus on just one and ignore the other. So that's why it's important to spend some time with and take it gently, take it slowly, and do your shadow work as well. So this looks like, let's see, so we have 7, 3, 4 plus 3 is 7, and then 12, so that's 19. Oh, look at that. 12 and 7, yeah, it's 19, and 19 is a 38. Yes, 38. 8 plus 3, 8, 9 to 11, so master number 11. Okay. So 11 is a master number. You don't go down any further with that with numerology. And it's, again, like amplified ones, new beginnings, as well as spiritual connections. And remember, you have your material and spiritual prosperity. So that's really great. So this looks like it could be more of you, like remember with the transformation, doing your shadow work, there's some mental conflict. There's a time when you need to reevaluate yourself and reconnect with source. So this looks like it's going to be a spiritual reading where you're learning to transform by looking at both your light and your dark. And there's some mental conflict that may have been the catalyst for you going through this spiritual journey. But ultimately, you will be rewarded. So let's go into depth. And with the distant past, remember we have rest and rejuvenate. So Divine, what can you tell us more about this rest and rejuvenate? Temptation. Ah, the devil. I always love saying it. 15, 1 plus 5 again is 6. So 6, 6, 6, and 6. Okay. So temptation, the devil, you see that there's like this brown, dark, swirly, murky that's wrapping around you, and you're trying to push it away, like he's pushing shut the portal there, and head turn that way, head turn that way. So there's something that was tempting you in the distant past. So again, since this is a collective reading, think back to more than 2 months ago when you may have gone through a period of temptation. Maybe it was an addiction, maybe it was, and it could be not just drugs, it could also be food, it could be work. So you just had, having multiple lovers that it was just not meaningful. So there's some type of temptation that you had in the distant past that led you to this time of rest and rejuvenation. So you have to think about that and put it in the comments, because if you need clarification, drop it in the comments. I'm always answering when people make comments on my videos and post and such. So we could go into more depth that way. Also, we'll get one more card for this as well. So let's see, Divine, tell us some more about this distant past where this temptation occurred and the collective had to take some time to reconnect with source. And again, this message is a collective reading. So it may resonate with you, it may not resonate with you. Take from it what you will, learn from it what you will, and you using, again, free will, you can make the changes necessary, because this is just giving you an idea of what's happening at this time, and you can make changes at any point. But we have victory and success. And I love how that indigo matches the indigo color of the third eye. So we have victory and another 6. So we went from 6, 6, 6, and another 6. So it's you shouting, and, well, rather trumpeting. And remember I said the light and the dark. Look how with his trumpet, He's blasting away the dark to make room for the light. So it's like emerging from the dark, like you emerge from the shadow. Remember the shadow to get to the light? So at some point in the past, you had that. So I'm going to actually, yeah, no, I'll leave it like this. But you are victorious. You overcame that temptation because you went and you rejuvenated, you reconnected with source, and you became victorious. You worked with your shadow self, okay? And you embraced the light, and you embraced them both because you see how it's like this arc of light blending with the dark. Remember, I just said before to capture both. You see how it shows it that way there too, dark and light holding the scepter together. And that's what you have to do. And that's what you did successfully. So let's now move to the third eye chakra. So that was the immediate past. And with that, that's about maybe 6 weeks or so ago from now. So anytime in that period. So think of what was happening then where you, again, tapped into source. So divine, tell us about this immediate past with the third eye chakra and the collective tuning in to you. Truth. You sought the truth out and you got it. Truth. Two. Balance. Look at the two. Balance. Two here. Balance. Even two here. The number two. Remember? Balance. So you got past that mental conflict. And that temptation is what was causing this mental conflict. So I'm going to swap these cards around here like that. Okay. And that mental conflict caused the temptation. You needed to go rejuvenate, but you're victorious. You opened your third eye chakra and you got the truth. You faced your dark and your light and you got the truth. You're now balanced. Remember I said it's all about balancing the dark and your light? There you go. So tell us more about this immediate past, divine. What more can you tell us about that? Let's see. Wisdom. So you may have very well worked with someone, and like I said, work with someone for helping you with your shadow work, as well as the light, embracing them both. Because you can see again, I love how that looks too. Because see how the light and the dark. So you see how it's from the book. This portion is bright, and this is a little darker. But the sun is still seeping through, just like the sun is coming through there. And I love that he has his little dog. It reminds me of my little Ziggy, who's the PY in PYJynJoy. And you see the family again. Remember we had in the beginning the family? Well, here they are again. So this Hierophant, this guy, this person who has wisdom that can help you has come. They've come to the rescue. And 5 is about change. So you were able to change. You got over that temptation. You're able to change. And it's leading to what? Material and spiritual prosperity. Not just money, but your spirituality has been blessed. So divine, tell us about this present situation for the collective where the material and spiritual prosperity is going well. What can you tell us more about that? Choose wisely. And that's what you did. Because again, remember how he's head bowed, hands open? Well, there's a little person on the, and I'll raise it a little more. There's a little person there on the pier doing the same thing. So you came to another point in the present where you have to choose wisely. So again, you went inside, you tapped into your third eye, worked with the wisdom that you gained to choose wisely. There's 5 choices. The water is nice and calm. Again, the sun, leading to the sun, is there for you. And it's telling you, and it's 7, and 7 is about your spirituality, your insight. So you did that. So now let's just move right to the light because it's pointing you to the light. So let's go to the immediate future. Divine, what can you tell us about that? That the collective has now sought out further light, further knowledge, chose wisely. What can you tell us about that, divine? And memories of love, more emotions. 6, another 6. That's what, 4, 5, 6s now? 5 6s. So this is again, like remember with the water. So you may have some memories of love. Could be from like your childhood. And remember shadow work. So when you're working with that, you also remembered some of the love that you had in your youth. And it came back to the front with the work that you were doing. And that's always good to have because memories you can never lose, especially the good ones. Because I try to my best to get rid of the bad memories. It's like, what's the point in holding on to that? It's like, grow, evolve, let it go. And you want to hold on to the good stuff, because that can help you when you're having a troubling time. Thinking about when it was good can help you. So you're tapping into your memories of love in the immediate future. So let's see. Let's go to the recognition and reward. So you did that. You tapped in dark light, and now you're getting recognized and rewarded. So what does that mean, Divine, for the collective? The waiting game. Two again. So we have two. Mental conflict, two. So the balance. So it's like this period, and it makes sense because that's the distant future. So between the choosing wisely and the immediate future with memories of love, you're working with the sun, there's a period of waiting before you'll get this recognition and reward, which makes sense. So we have it here where the bottom of the hourglass are the roots. So again, remember, 4 is in there, your roots, your foundation. Remember the transformation that's coming for you. So there will be a period of time where you will go through a transformation and emerge, like the sand that fell away is revealing this tree that's budding. So just like you emerge from the mask, that is coming out too. So let's pull one more card and see what we get for the distant future, Divine. What more can you tell us? And we have positive movement forward. 8. 8 is about your strength. 8 is also your abundance. Positive movement forward, just like he was on the pier there, and now in a boat. And again, what? Heading to the sun. So that's actually a pretty beautiful reading. And at the bottom, look what we have. Material harvest, 9, goes right along with your material and spiritual prosperity. And we have destiny. So you're destined to have this spiritual life that you've gained. You've gone past this mental conflict. You've gone past the temptation to grow, to evolve, to get guidance, to tap into your intuition that leads you to this spiritual, material harmony in life. And look, saying harmony, and that's what's at the bottom as well as your firm foundation. All right. Well, that is your message for today. I hope that resonates with you and you will take heed of it. So remember, again, it's like when things are going rough, there's a temptation. Don't succumb to it. You want to work with your spirituality, tap into the divine, and get the guidance that you need, and you'll be successful. So let's see what crystal will enhance this message for you. So Divine, what crystal will enhance the message for the collective? Divine, what crystal will enhance the message for the collective? Divine, what crystal will enhance the message for the collective? And I love it, carnelian. And it says, feed your creativity. Feed your creativity. Carnelian is also about your passion. That's also your, because it's your sacral chakra, represented by the reddish orange color. And it's feeding your creativity. So being creative in the way that you go about your spirituality. And the thing is that it's also like not doing the mundane, which is of the world, the regular, and being more esoteric. So being esoteric is, in a way, being creative. So that is your message. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, I'd be so thankful if you will like the video, share the video with your friends so they can hear this message as well. I'm trying to grow my channel, increase the reach of the message, as well as if you would subscribe and click the notification bell so you know when I post something. But I do post every day videos as well as messages of motivation and affirmations, and to get a reading. If you want to do like chat it up with me, we can do that as well. Just go to my website and schedule it. So until we see each other again, love, light, and joy.